If you're coming from the dojo and just joining us for the first time, welcome. I really am excited to see you here and to help you master your profitability. If you're rejoining us for the for a recap of the dojo, or you're just coming up to us from YouTube, welcome again, because we are going to recover a lot of the things that we skipped over the first time, as well as go on to really dive into some of the deep of the fundamentals that we have been so profitable with to begin with. As I mentioned, I am Sensei Kevlar, and I am hosting a live stream about my training dojo in East Coast Crypto's Discord room, and I do invite you to come and join us. There's a link in the bottom of the chat of the description. Today, for the first week, in fact, myself and my teacher's assistants, who are volunteers, and I do invite you to thank them for their incredible effort. I do invite you to really focus on two things. Number one, the first thing that I invite you to focus on is the mindset that is required in order to achieve profitability in these types of markets when doing trading. And number two, focus on your community, the people around you, because these are your potential future business partners. These are the people who, if you invest in, are going to also invest in you. And what I'm going to teach you is the opportunity creation that we can create together when we do these things. So I'm going to start by talking a little bit about what I call the way of the trader. And the way of the trader is a mindset. It's a way of thinking about how to operate in these types of markets. And if I could tell you a mindset would make you profitable, I would just go around saying you've got the wrong mindset and then you could be profitable. It's not the case. It's not the reality of the situation. The importance of a mindset is it enables you to achieve certain goals. By having a mindset which allows you to see the opportunities within a certain position, it allows you to take advantage of those opportunities and create them for yourself. And combining a mindset with a set of strategies allows you to operate in these markets basically with impunity. It allows you to operate in a way which can give you as much profit as you want it to give you. It can give you as much profit as you plan for it to give you. And this is the mindset of the way of the trader. The way it works is that what we do is we plan for our trades to make us profitable, and then we trade that plan. And what we can do is we can work in a way that we can simply plan our trades and then see if they are profitable on paper first. This starts by sitting down and looking over the markets and figuring out how we're going to work our system in such a way that we are going to be profitable. So let me just take a step back and talk to you about what it is I mean when I say profitable. Profitable is a relative term, and there's two ways that people measure their profitability. One way is that they look at the net worth of their value. They look at the USDT value. They look at the US dollar value of their portfolio. And they say, well, how much am I worth? And ultimately, this is part of the point. And I agree that this is important, that long term, we are making decisions that will make us profitable. If you are profitable, long term, this will be achieved. But short term, there needs to be strategies that keep you profitable. And the first part of that strategy of profitability is in learning not to trade. And this goes a little bit against this idea, but this is why I have a really peaceful nature scene up before me. Is for the first week, I really do invite you to stop trading. I can't make you do it, but I'm going to ask you to, and now I'm going to explain to you the reason why. If you stop trading, well, what will be the change in your portfolio? If you have, X amount of Bitcoins today, and then you stop trading and you don't do anything, well, how many Bitcoins will you have tomorrow? My answer is you'll have the same amount. And then the next day, you'll have the same amount. And the next day, the same amount. Well, trading for someone who does not have a plan in place is a risk. It means putting your Bitcoins up for volatility. It means putting your assets at risk for changing. And at the end of the day, you could have less assets. You could have less Bitcoins. You could have less Neo or Ether or whatever it is that you thought that you were holding before because you were trading. This is dangerous. This is not a good way to make money. Unless you have a plan in place to actually make money, stop trading. It will make you more profitable than if you trade without a plan. I promise you this. Try it. See what happens. See if trading without a plan makes you less profitable. If it does, then stop doing it. This is the basics. This is the basis of the strategy of the way of the trader. Is we're not going to enter a trade unless it's going to make us profitable. Well, how do we know that a trade is going to make us profitable? Well, that's about planning. Planning requires discipline. It's something that we have to do. It's something that is tedious and really does require a lot of work. And in the coming week, a week from today, we are going to start planning. We are going to start making plans. But in the beginning, we have to make plans in order to make plans. And so, to start with, we're going to make plans about how we're going to do our planning together. Right now, I'm speaking to you from my YouTube, and I'm going to continue to do that throughout the week and continue to talk to you about the different ways of thinking and working with Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies and crypto exchanges and different things like that. And I'm also going to be talking to you about the importance of having the right mindset and what that mindset is, and why you should not be trading at this point if you do not have a plan, and why plans are really important, and how we're going to make those plans together. In the beginning, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting on here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this time, 11 a.m. Pacific. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about all of this, and I'm hoping that you're also going to be talking about it. I'm going to open up the Dojo boiler room, and I'm going to say, okay guys, let's talk about how we came to crypto. Let's talk about the situation that we're in right now, what bags we're holding. Let's talk about how we got here and where we want to go with our dreams and who we are and what we want to do with them, okay? Because together what we're going to do is over the next week, we're going to learn about each other. We're going to create opportunities for each other by creating knowledge about each other. Through these things that we're comfortable with sharing with each other, we can say, hey, look, I got to crypto by buying some Bitcoin and then the market went down on me, and then I sold it and lost a bunch of money. And then we can all laugh about that, right? And then we're never going to do that again. This is the way of the trader. This is where it starts. We're going to plan for profitability. We're going to plan for long term. We're going to plan our way through making money in these markets. So, in the beginning, what I invite you to do is watch these streams at your leisure. Absolutely, just take the time to sit back, watch them. In the first week, it'll just be orientation. We're just going to be talking about different opportunities, different ways of looking at different ways of operating within the market. But for the first 2 days, all we're going to be doing is introductions and talking with each other. And that's how we're going to begin. This is absolutely vital to the mindset. If we are not communicating, if we are not listening to each other, if we are not working with each other, then we are not doing this correctly. The next part of this is that as we move into next week, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting to building plans together. Those plans often look like, in the beginning, they can look like scribbles on paper that you can take a photograph of with your phone and post them to the room. If you feel that this is insufficient for you, then I invite you to explore other options. And students get incredibly creative with their options. They spend a lot of time and effort and dedication building out those plans, building out those situations to make themselves profitable, showing how they would have worked in the market, and then testing them. The way that they test them is they say, okay, this is what I'm going to do right now. Except I'm not actually going to do it in the market. I'm going to do it on paper. And they share it with the group. They share the plan and the strategy and the testing with the group, and we all benefit from it. And together, what we can do is we can make ourselves more profitable. Through these teachings, through these learnings, we can come together and we can create opportunities for ourselves in terms of our learning, in terms of our strategizing, in terms of our planning, in terms of creating opportunities, creating profit for ourselves, for each other, both short-term and long-term. So what I invite you to do is I really do invite you to just set aside the Bitcoin and set aside the exchanges, set aside the Bittrex, set aside the Gunbot for just 1 minute and connect with each other. This is really, really critical. And I'm going to try and connect with you, and I'm going to get into the chat room right now. And what I'm going to do is just open up the chat room and say, hey guys, let's talk about how we came to crypto. I came to crypto myself through way of the financial markets. I spent about 20 years ago, I became interested in stocks and financial markets and all the things that are, fascinating about money, and started trading and getting into a lot of bad situations. And I lost my money 2-3 times here at this point. During the financial crashes, lost it all. And that's how I really came to a lot of my lessons, is through feeling the pain of loss, through feeling the pain of not doing it right. And I finally did work out a way to do it correctly. I finally did work out a way that together we can make ourselves profitable, even when the markets are going down, even when the trades are going against us, even when our predictions are incorrect entirely. And I'm going to teach you these no-loss strategies. So I really do invite you to band together right now and join me in Discord if you're able, if you've signed up. And if you have not, come to East Coast Crypto's room. There's a link right there. Sign up for the dojo. And I hope to see you all there very soon as we begin to plan the trade and trade the plan. Thank you all very much.